So you can see how the scenes change drastically using the ray trace and increasing the quality of the render to it. So let's zoom out a little bit. What have we got here? So 1, 2, okay, that one. Let's move this over a little bit. There we go. I'm liking that a little bit more. I'm going to change the angle of that. Move over a little more. And I'll increase its intensity. Let's make the color of that green just to see it a little better. Alright, so you can see what's going on here. Now you can see the bevel better. You can see the lights and how they're changing the scene. Now, watch this. I forgot to add this in my material options. We're going to go over material options in this one. Cast shadows, put that on. Select everything. I'm just going to make sure the shape is casting. See, now that's changing how that's interacting with the shape. Cast shadows on. Material options, and then the letter M. See, now you see what's going on there. Okay, now, this is what the shadows look like with Ray Trace Quality 5. So I'm going to go to my options. Oh no, that's 1. Okay, perfect. I'm exactly where I want to be. This is Ray Trace 1. I thought that looked pretty poor. Now watch what happens when I make this a 5. Come on. There we go. So we've got the full resolution, Ray Trace 1. So now when I change the 1 to a 5, watch the quality of the shadows and how they interact with the scene. Okay, 1 second. Okay, now, you see the shadows have drastically changed. And the focus of the camera, that's why everything's so fuzzy and soft. You can change that by adjusting your focal distance. I am just going to turn depth of field off just for my own. It's a lot faster and easier. Okay. Now you see how everything's back in focus because I turned off depth of field. But notice the highlights are much softer. The shadows are softer. You got a hard shadow here from where the light is being placed, and it's going across the M right here. But this is a much more professional look than when I had Ray Trace Quality 1. I'm jumping back to Ray Trace Quality 1 to go over material options. We're just going to remember what the scene looked like. Take one last look. And now, should switch back in a second. Okay. Sorry, my num lock was off on my keyboard. And there you have it. Much wilder difference between the items. So, material options. Let's look at the cylinder. No, we'll do the M. Okay. Material options are right here. Your shadows, highlights, what's going to do. Ambient, you're not going to notice much difference if I crank that down to 0. We're watching the M. See, there's not much difference with the ambient light. Now, diffuse, you're automatically getting a wild difference here in how it's diffusing the light in the scene. Specular intensity, the highlights, like the brightest, like almost like if you take a flash photo of someone, you'd see the specular highlights in their eyes. And the shininess is how you would change how much shine there is to the specular. Metal, you see how it's taking more of the color from the background now, because as if it were like a metal shape, it'd be reflecting that more. If I change it to just a little bit now you're getting a much more softer transition between the lights and the shadows. Reflection intensity, how intense it's going to be reflecting, and the sharpness of the reflection. I'm going to lower that down a little bit, change the roll off a little bit. You can automatically see the changes here. I'm not going to make this, no, this one I'll make transparent. I'll make it, let's say, half transparent. And the roll off of the transparency. Index of refraction would be like a very thick piece of glass. So you'd have some more light and noise there. Now, for the cylinder, I'm going to just change that down to about there. And reflection, sharpness, yeah, okay. Reflection intensity, I'll turn that up. I'm turning up the reflection intensity on purpose because I'm going to be showing you how to add a environment map next. But you can already see it reflecting the letter M next to it in the scene. So now we've got this going on. I'm going to change my ray trace quality from 1 to 5. We'll look at the scene one more time with the new materials, and then I'll add an environment map. And we'll see how wildly that changes once that's in there. Okay, so this is ray trace quality 5. You can automatically see the difference. I'm going to use my hand tool to move around. So that's much softer. You've got a nice softness there. You can see the bevel through the bevel here where it's half transparent. Already that's a much nicer image. Like I said, if you want to get rid of some of this noise and punch it up a bit, you'd have to go ray trace quality 10, which will take you a very long time to render. So next I'm going to go over adding a environment map and then adding multiple cameras and editing with multiple cameras. So I'm going to change this back to ray trace 1 before we do that, just so it's faster to work.